All right, Hawken. So I'm going to do something a little bit more complicated. I have the front top cap already created as a mesh. You can see the transfer to SolidWorks button. There's a lot of things you can do to clean it up, but just to do a quick dirty surface, let's see if this is, I'm just curious what your experience was. I already know that turning up the number of control points makes a huge difference, but I'm going to do a couple of things that I've already figured out how to do a good job. First is you can actually drag these control points and create these go through the whole model. So if it had a surface on the other side, so you can see it really doesn't matter if I do them on one side or the other. And to be honest, I found that it doesn't really matter if I'm hyper accurate. One thing I did find is that it really does help to have a line on these lines in the models. So on the seams. So let's see. So there's two ways to handle this. One is the crossing line, and this one's too curved to do it. So I actually learned that to get a better surface, I did this earlier practicing. So you can see once you figure out how to do it, how quickly you can whip out a model. So then you have to close out the corners, which is pretty straightforward. It's actually pretty easy. So now we need to do some longitudinal lines. I did that one. It really helps to also do these others I've found on details. I guess you probably already have experienced this. This is the first time I've ever done this extensive of surfacing. So I'm not even trying to be all that accurate here. I'm just trying to let you see so you can tell me if VX Studio is better or faster at surfacing than whatever you've used. If it's in ANSYS, I don't know. So, so really, I think it wants the other line there, and I think SolidWorks will benefit from me doing it this way too. So one thing I'm noticing is I think making this extra line, it seemed like the last time I did this, it messed it up when I got too close to the edge or something. I don't know. We're about to find out if it actually works properly or not. All right, so now we've done that. Now we have a bunch of lines to snap uh, segments across it. So I like to get it kind of straight. It doesn't have a perspective mode. That's kind of aggravating. So you can't change it from orthogonal or whatever to anyway. So all right, so that looks pretty good. Let's so there's an unfinished segment right there, and I don't know what caused it. Delete curve. Okay, that fixed it. There was some kind of weird. The line went underneath. Weird. Okay, now we're good. So let's see. Ready? We have to hit. So I know that if we don't turn this up, the surface will not be as good. But it seems to do pretty good on about 20 to 28. We're using my GPU here to do the compute. And there's our surface. And we can hit OK. And what's really strange is after you hit OK and you get your surface, it doesn't go away. You have to hit cancel. That's just something hokey about the way the software works. So now that I've done that, I can go over here to my entities. You can either hit transfer to SolidWorks, or we can go over here and do transfer to SolidWorks. Drum roll. So there's our surface already ready to go in SolidWorks. And yeah, so I hate that it pulls them in as these crazy surfaces, but since it's all that burlap looking stuff anyway, I used beige cotton to make it look like the actual models, and change the size, and there we go. So I now have a working surface model that I can build off of to create the CAD from. So create a solid. I can extrude on the inside and put a foam core on it. We can make this carbon fiber or whatever. But yeah, I think it's pretty quick. So we'll see what happens whenever I do the harder stuff, right? But let's change that to carbon fiber. So there we go. So now we have carbon fiber. Looks pretty good, huh? Anyway, that's it.